How good to say hello to everybody and welcome you all to the decrees, to the decree body works, and to a subject that deserves much, much more than just one call. It's a gigantic subject that influences all of our lives and is a fundamental need that often gets overlooked or ignored. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the feeling and being of safe and protected, safety and protection. Even if we did not understand the biology, chemistry, and physics of these two words, in just hearing them, we all have an instinctive and intuitive understanding of what it is. So share with us, what does being safe and protected mean to you? And, if you felt 100% safe, 100% protected, who would you be and what would you be doing in the world? How different would your life look from what it looks like right now? I'm going to ask again. What does being safe and protected mean to you? If you felt 100% safe, 100% protected, who would you be and what would you be doing in the world? How would your life look in that 100% safety and protection? How would it be different than the life you have right now? And Sharon said, no limits. Fantastic. Nitika says, at ease, all defenses down. Superb. Aditi says, I will love more openly, share my love with the world without barriers. How incredible is that? What a contribution would that be to the planet? Naya says, I would not feel anxious and be in joy. Absolutely. Nitika adds to at ease, all defenses down, trusting life and the unknown. And isn't that such an important requirement for our best lives? At the end of the day, you have some idea what tomorrow brings because, we've all spent a lot of time and effort in having a certain routine. So we know tomorrow morning, dash, 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 tomorrow afternoon, dash, 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 tomorrow evening, dash, dash, dash. But in the long picture, do we really know what's around the corner? So how important it is for our best life to have this trust in life and the unknown. Isabel says, out in the world, absolutely. Vinita says, peaceful and content. Vasudha says, feeling calm, relaxed, full of energy. Kalista says, no need to hide, just be. Aditi says, safe and protected means being accepted, loved, comforted. Absolutely. Bang on, everybody. Meena says, be myself on all levels. Yes. Authenticity is a direct fallout of feeling safe and protected. Isabel adds, live life to the full. Totally. We need safety and protection to have our greatest, grandest adventure called life. June says, trust and faith. Yes. Vandana says, would feel very light, loved, free to do what I want. Oh, the freedom that comes with safety and protection. Chanvi says, will be a dear, beautiful being, safe and protected. She was addressing all of us. Dear, beautiful being, safe and protected to me means having total ease and allowance with my body. And what would that do to our health? Mugdha says, travel, meet people, help them enjoy every moment. What would that do to our wealth? Vasudha says, life will be so different if I felt safe. mobility, go anywhere, anytime, dress differently, show up in the world more, speak out my mind more often and more easily. Expressions. Vinod says, share my love and support with the world. What kind of change will that bring? Nishi says, not in danger, can be myself, peaceful, trusting, comfortable, relieved, and with freedom. And Vasudha adds further, better emotional, physical, and mental health and well-being. Even without us breaking down what safety and protection means, all of us know what it means because it is everything that everyone has said, including limitless. That's Namrata and Sharon who said limitless. Wow! Did you know that one of the greatest causes of suffering is the fact that we feel limited? Limitlessness, anantam, endless, infinite. It is one of the truths of who we are. It is one of the truths of the one truth of the world. And therefore we seek this limitlessness. We seek this infinite freedom. We seek to fly and to soar. Absolutely. No contraction, shrinking, hiding. We will breathe easily, deeper, better. We will trust more. And Sonia says, I would do more work, bolder moves, grander moves, without fearing the unknown and living with anxiety. Absolutely. Can you see? The safer and protected we are, the more greater the relationship with life and the universe. The less safer and protected we are, the greater the relationship with fear and fear-based choices. If you think about it, even our most basic, I was going to say basic as a combination of most and basic, but even if you think about it, our most basic needs for food, clothing, shelter, money are really about us being safe and protected. And as we can see in all the answers that have come, it is not possible to feel happy, confident, empowered, authentic, fearless, a leader, resilient, healthy, wealthy, without feeling and being safe and protected. When was the last time you felt your safest and most protected? Absolutely, Janvi. Totally being me at the core, totally being us at the core, totally being ourselves and loved and accepted and celebrated for it. Isn't that what safety and protection is? I can say what I want, I will be understood. I can say what I want, I will be heard. I can say what I want, I can express what I want, and I will be still acceptable, lovable, and totally adored at all levels. When was the last time you felt your greatest safety and protection? Do you even have such a memory? And Nivedita says, at home, always protected. Fantastic. Fantastic. What a home. And for a lot of us, home does begin to be that safe place for us, that protected place for us, that it just seems easier to be at home than to be anywhere else. Nishi says, with my grandparents, excellent. And June says, traveling in India and Israel. And Israel, I am amazed that you put Israel in there, but you know a part of Israel that we don't. We are looking at the news and thinking about what all is going on in terms of attacks and violence in there. But that's amazing, June, that you felt safe being there. Callista says, I feel protected in my life. Excellent. there is a slight difference between safety and protection. Safety has a more feminine energy to it. Protected has a more masculine energy to it. Safety is what is required at home. Protection is what is required out in the world. Protection also has an energy, an element of trust and faith. Wherever I am safe and protected and highly blessed and even more favored. Whoever I am with, I am safe and protected, highly blessed and even more favored. And Susan says, as a child, home with my mother and her unconditional love. How fantastic. Janvi says, outside in nature. And the reason I asked you this question is because our memories are our data points. When we are able to tap in to a memory, it immediately unleashes a slew of enzymes and chemicals in our body. In just remembering this memory of safety and protection, the brain signals the body that we are safe and protected. Like Sonia says, I have never known safety, so there is no data point. Therefore, very difficult to feel safe and protected. But I have one place, and y'all have one place. Are you not safe and protected here? Are you not fully safe and protected here? Unless, of course, you've got people asking for your time and attention in the background, then it doesn't feel very safe and protected to be on a call. And not just this call. Maybe any workshop you attend, maybe any awesome book you read. You are safe and protected for that time. You feel safe and protected in that time, even if it's not an active feeling. Like Marianne also says, never. So again, right, very difficult for the brain to send out soothing, calming, oxytocin, dopamine, endorphic chemicals to feel better. Like Vandana says, don't feel protected now. When my mother was alive, I still felt safe to some extent. Okay, at least there is a data point. You can, every time you say, remember that, remember being safe with mom or my mother. Remember being safe at home. Immediately, your entire wiring, your systems respond to it. I also wanted us to be able to tap into this memory before I do a group reading for the percentage of safety and protection we have. Along with that, we are also going to do a good health reading for the root chakra, because the root chakra, as the foundation chakra, is the one that handles, manages programs of safety and protection. The more fear, anxiety, abandonment a root chakra has gone through, the harder it is for the root chakra to feel healthy, strong, safe, protected. So in the crown chakra, the memories of being safe and protected. In the root chakra, good health and strength. Between the two, we can feel safer and stronger. So depending on how strong our root chakra is, and depending on how easily we can tap into that memory, because clearly if you're dealing with a lot of strain and stress and strife right now in your current environment, your brain is not thinking, oh, I should remember a time when I was safe. Your brain is only thinking, what should I do next? Can somebody please give me a solution? Can somebody please take away all of these people? Can somebody please with a magic wand transform this situation? The brain goes forward, but it sometimes has to be trained to go inward. And that's what we're going to do today. Let me do a reading for us. Safety and protection percentage for everyone on this call and the replay. Our group reading is about 42%. And just by the way, I had already checked before we got on the call. Like whoever's going to be on this call or on the replay, what would be our reading? And that reading was 35%. Already we are up by 7% just by having tapped into the memory of safety and protection. So our current reading, let me put it down. And let us do one for the root chakra, good health, or rather the strength of the root chakra. A strong root chakra makes us fearless. When I did the reading before we began, the root chakra strength was also around the same as the safety and protection reading, which was around 33%. Safety and protection reading was around 35%. And now root chakra reading is about 40%. It's also gone up by 7%. What did we just do? We just remembered a time, a place, a person with whom we had some or a lot of safety and protection. How cool is that? I'm going to let you all take 30 seconds and tap into this memory again. Remember, even a happy memory is a memory of safety and protection, because there is no way we can be happy if we are not feeling safe and protected. If we are not feeling safe and protected, we are in fear. Fear and happiness cannot coexist. So even if you remember a happy memory, take 30 seconds and remember it fully. For those of us who are not able to visualize but are able to sense, it works even then. Your 30 seconds to remember a safe, happy, protected time begins now. How are you doing? How was it to remember it, albeit briefly? Have some water, everybody. And thank you too, Sonia and Malvika. Thank you too, Janvi. And Hannah, you are so correct that news, media, forwards, often messages, posts, they do amplify fear by focusing on worst case scenario, by sensationalizing what's going on, exaggerating the sense of danger, when in actuality things may not be as bad as they seem. Like when June mentioned, one of her safest places has been India and Israel. Now for us, in all the things we've heard, we are not thinking this way about Israel. And now, with everything that's happening in my country as well, we may not be thinking that. But the fact is that it could still happen, that things may not be as bad as they seem. And here, I want to take 1 minute of a very important digression. Anytime things happen around us, and things are always happening around us. And we have a trigger, whether it is in our homes, whether it is in our neighborhoods, whether it is in our cities, whether it is in our communities, or whether it is in our countries. A trigger means it's mine. I have to process it. A trigger means that my contribution to the collective consciousness is now fear, anxiety, or anger, or maybe even grief, because all news affects us some way or the other. And all of us have some news that affects us, and all of us have some news that doesn't affect us. We are also all affected in different degrees, which means that one person's upset can be another person's confusion. Why are you so upset? ऐसा भी क्या है? What is the big deal? Don't think like this. And yet there is that person being very upset. One person's anxiety could be another person's grief. Whatever is our trigger, it's part of our personal journey. And as we clear this set of triggers in us, then our individual consciousness, which is how we contribute to the collective consciousness, becomes cleaner and purer. Thank you so much, Poonam. A trigger is an unhealed part of me. A trigger means this is calling for my attention. A trigger means I have to look at it. I don't have to wait for my family to change, for my neighbors to change, for my community to change, for my government to change, for my country to change. I have to make sure that I am doing my bit in whatever is taking place. Everyone is impacted and affected by everyone. We are all part of the great matrix. And because we are all part of the great matrix, it is not possible to pull a flower without shaking a star. We are all connected. And in that connection, even if I don't know you and you don't know me, whatever is your individual consciousness, because it's streaming into the ocean of the collective consciousness, it will impact me. In the book, Power versus Force, Dr. David Hawkins, where there is a measurement of the scale of consciousness, there is one study in that, and the book actually is a very big thesis really. It's a gigantic body of research, more than a book. In that, very clearly, there is the understanding that one person vibrating at a certain vibration can impact 750,000 people around them. That's a 750,000 people. One person can impact that many people. We all have a power that we will spend our whole life and many lifetimes even recognizing. And one of our greatest powers is the power to look at our triggers, to look at the heaviness and the darkness there is, and move into light, bright, right, which is what we are doing right now. Number one, by thinking of a happy, safe memory. And number 2 and 3 we will do as we go on. But right now, like, so Rumina says mine is pain 80%. What is your pain? 80%? Is pain your trigger? Like Hannah says, I have anxiety being out of home in unknown spaces. What might happen in unknown spaces? So the thing with unknown spaces usually is what I need might not be there. Maybe, and a lot of us women have this, right? We need our clean loose. Wherever we are, we need our clean loose. So it could very easily be the fear that there won't be a clean loo, or there won't be water, or there won't be air conditioning, or there won't be food. What is the fear in the unknown spaces? What could happen there? Is it an unknown space, a space of darkness? Is it like night? And anything could happen in the darkness. And here is where I would like us to start breaking down our triggers. You're absolutely right, Hannah. That's why good news being shared is so powerful too, lightens our hearts. Media needs to share more positive stories, but here's the schizophrenia in media. Media is news, but what is news? The thing that is new. Do we want to make goodness a thing that is new and news? We don't. We want for there to be the understanding that there's so much goodness in the world that the news is the things that are not good. So we've got fears, right? Bullies and people harassing me when I'm alone. So being alone becomes a trigger. Every time I have to do something alone, go somewhere alone, the heart starts palpitating, the mouth starts getting dry, the forehead starts getting sweaty, the palms start getting clammy, the knees start getting shaky, because those are all signs of not being safe and protected. But here, hang on. I'm going to tell you how we're going to break down our triggers. And the thing to break down with our triggers is I have this trigger because and on your terrible sheet of paper, you are going to write this answer down. I have this trigger. We all know our triggers. Okay, let me confirm. Does everybody know our triggers? Does everybody know their triggers? Do you know what your trigger is? Like your pet peeve, whatever it might be. Rain, war, somebody lying, seeing a certain animal, like a cockroach. Cockroach is not technically animal, but right? We all know our triggers. Okay, complete the sentence. Take as much time, but finish it in 1 minute. Write your answers on your terrible sheet of paper, because your triggers also let you know where you are not safe and protected. Your 1 minute to to complete the sentence begins now. And just before that, does anybody remember what was our root chakra reading? I remembered. It's fine. Mo, the pressure of too many challenges have triggered me many times. Take the latest one or the last one that happened and write it in detail on your terrible sheet of paper. Thank you for saying that, Hannah. Appreciate it. Does anyone need more time to complete their writing? Superb. Excellent. We have two done, and so sorry for the person who's just joined us now. Just flow with us from where we are. And we got four done. Fantastic. I will give it 30 more seconds. And for those of y'all who have entered in late, you're going to write down on your terrible sheet of paper about your triggers. And what you're going to complete is, I have this trigger because. Oh, quite a few dones come in, but 30 more seconds for everybody else. You can just make points, jot it down quickly. Thank you very much, Rupali. Very nice of you to say that. Put aside your sheet of paper. And 10 times with me, please give this decree. I don't have to keep these triggers. 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 Please drink as much water as you need and tell me, how did it make you feel to say it? And this particular sentence is an example of a decree. A decree is a cosmic command. It's a command for the light to take over. And Nivedita says safe. Nishi says empowered and in charge. And June says safe. Incredible, right? We didn't take more than 15 seconds. Okay, we took a minute to write down our things. Okay, we took 1.5 minutes to write that down. Let us say we took 20 seconds to give the decree. In 2 minutes, you are safer already. Vinod says light and love. Heidi says liberating. Rupali says wowza. Isn't that incredible? Now, take a look at what you have written. How big a trigger is it on a scale of 0 to anything? Don't write it on the chat. Write it on your sheet of paper. How big of a trigger is it now? Is it 10? Is it 100? Is it 1000? Is it 745? How big is this or these sets of triggers in your life? Absolutely. So freeing, says Hannah, and Rutna says liberating, like Heidi said as well. Absolutely. And remember, what was freedom one of the words for? It was one of the words for safety and protection. That if we felt safe and protected, then we would feel free. We would behave like we had absolute freedom. Nina says more consciousness, clarity. Fantastic. Write down on that sheet of paper, the paper where you've written, and in fact you can scroll on top of your writing on the paper. How big are these triggers now? Don't write it on the chat. I will ask you to write it on the chat after we've done the next round. There's calmness. Beautiful. Everybody knows how big these triggers are. And all of these triggers are the triggers to where we don't feel safe and protected. We feel upset. We feel agitated. We feel restless. We feel like, what the heck is going on? We feel powerless. Because the trigger means something else has taken your power away in that moment. Safety and protection is also such an important component of us feeling empoweredly powerful or empoweringly powerful. And June says irrelevant. Oh, we're already there. Fantastic. Whatever that number was for you, put away your sheet of paper again and just hear me as I give this decree 5 times. I'm going to write it down for us as well. You are most welcome to say it with me. Shut down these triggers. 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 Have water. Feeling lighter. Is lighter a component of safety and protection? 100% yes. Now take a look at the number you had written. And what's the number now? Again, don't share it on the chat. Just make note of your new number on that sheet of paper because we have one more round to do. Hannah says a sense of being untouchable. How incredible, right? These words are like shields for sure. And we will come to shield, the word shields. We are going to use that word as well, Hannah. Next round, people. And using the same decree, the decree being shut down, unsafe and unprotected. 5 times. Shut down, unsafe and unprotected. 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 Have another sip of water. Take 10 seconds. Allow the process. Allow the processing. How did that make you feel? What happened in the body? How did you react to that? What suddenly flew out of the body? What suddenly settled? What suddenly calmed down? What shifted? Vanita says, big sigh. Deepa says, mind blowing. Wow, isn't it? And immediate, right? There are many USPs to using the decrees, but its number one is speed. There's nothing faster than this in the world. Smita says, light. Absolutely, Marian. This is decree work. The decrees do work. They will always work. Naya says, the thought crossing her mind is, I will be fine. And Hannah says, remarkable feeling, body's feeling so calm. Astounding, right? Now, has the situation outside us changed? No. Will it change? Guaranteed. Because why will the situation outside change? And why am I saying guaranteed with such an absolute confidence? Rutna says, body relaxed, feeling fearless. Wow, fearless is also a side effect of safety and protection. Nina says, more grounded. Amazing, right? Because your root chakra is involved in this, even though we haven't done any direct and active work on it. And Heidi says, because we all work with the decree, she was answering the question. Heidi, 100 golden points to you. Vinita says, because our energy has changed from unsafe to safe, meaning our vibration has changed, our consciousness has changed, our individual consciousness, which is contributing to the collective consciousness, has changed. Therefore, I guarantee the situation outside will also change. Or you will have another way to deal with it. Vinod says calm and peaceful. Poonam says because we are feeling safe. Yes, it's one of the highest vibrations. Just by the way, feeling safe. Because only in safety and protection can we be positive, optimistic, hopeful, happy. And all of these are very high vibrations. Only with safety and protection can we have our mind imagine good, positive outcomes. And Aditi says, because we added magic to the matrix. Aditi, 100 golden points to you as well. Superb. We added the superconscious. We added light. We added gold to the matrix. Let me do our group reading again. I'm going to do it first for the root chakra, and then I am going to check on our reading for safety and protection Currently, or rather, before we did our rounds, it was at about 40 and 42. And while I am doing that reading, go ahead, take a look at your triggers. You had one number, then we had another number, and after shutdown, unsafe and unprotected, there will be another number. Now you can share on the chat what was the first number, what was the second number, and now what's the number. Go ahead. Hannah says, feeling like these decrees give us the ability to take charge, what a benefit and gift. Absolutely. Absolutely. The simplicity and speed of these decrees only require that we allow ourselves to use them every day. Janvi says, hearing these words, thank you for addressing. Wow. So some higher part of you, Janvi, is saying, thank you for bringing me into a higher vibration. Thank you for taking our lower vibrations and making them and upgrading them. Vinod says from 0 to 10 to 0. I'm so sorry. Vinod, it's gone up for you? The trigger has increased for you? Or did you mean from 10 to 0? And for Heidi, it was 3. And then with shutdown, these triggers became a 3. And then with shutdown, unsafe and unprotected, it became 0. For Naya, 10 to 7 to 2. For Vandana, from 50 to 30 to 20. Thank you so much, Rupali. For Dipali, Rupali. For Dipali, from 10 to 7 to 3 to 1. Oh, you had 4. Okay, that's awesome. And Vinod says 6, 4, and 2. Deepa says 15 to 0. June says 10 to 0. Smita says 0. And for that, we have to do a 0 dance. 0, 0. And Vandana says 180, 60. Was this for another set of triggers? Kalista says 8, 5, 4. Deepa, it is my absolute joy and honor to do so. Thank you for your thank you. Dolores says, feel like I'm coming out of darkness and horribleness into the light, into a place of safety. Safety to me means safe people to be with. How wonderful, and thank you for that vulnerable honesty with us, Dolores. And I think Nishi, did you say 0 dance because you're at a 0? Janvi says 9, 4, 1. And Moo says, I am now safe and protected by divine words. Anisha, one more time, everybody. 0, 0. And congratulations, everyone. Our root chakra strength is up to 55%, and safety and protection percentage is up to 62%. How cool is that? They are both above average. And Vasudha says, I feel so relaxed, calm, and safe that I feel sad I canceled my trip tomorrow. Oh, so sorry about that. Did you cancel it out of fear? But you know, that's the other thing about safety and protection, right? there is an element of trust and faith in it. You did it so that you could feel safer and protected. And maybe that is for the best. And this is what was required. Moo says 10, 8, 5. Good. These are also good. Nitika says, I feel safe and sound irrespective of outer situations. Fantastic. Thank you for your thank you too, Vasudha. I appreciate everything you've just mentioned. Aparna says 10, 5, 2. All right, everybody. Let us bring our root chakra strength up. So far, we were working on safety and protection. Now, we are going to work directly on the root chakra strength. And how can you do this? One of the simplest, easiest, 5-second way to do this is to say, and write this down as well, my lovelies, is to say red 4 times. Red, 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 red. Please write it down as well. If any of you all have a red pen or a red felt pen or a red crayon, write it with that color 4 times. Just write red. That's awesome, Hannah. Looking forward to doing more work with you as well. Thank you, Rupali. So nice, Yola. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you, Asudha. Just write red or say red 4 times. Why 4? Can we say it 8 times? Can we say it 16 times? Can we say it 100 times? Of course you can. But why 4? Because the root chakra has 4 petals. So every time we say red, we are activating 1 petal. So the power number for the root chakra is 4. Do you wish to say it a few more times? Please go right ahead. Yeah, thank you so much, Dipali. This does not have to be on your terrible sheet of paper. This can be in your notebook. How? So Deepa also says red feels a bit unsafe, like warning flashes. So is that what's coming up for you? Is anxiety coming up for you? Is fear coming up for you? And did you say it and then this happened, or did the fear already come up when I was asking you to say it? And Dipali says, my root chakra throbbed after saying it. Good. Throbbing means blood flows have increased to that area. When a blood flow increases to an area, that throbbing is to absorb the toxins of that area and leave it nourished with new energies. And Rupali says back straightened, fantastic, which means immediately your root chakra has strengthened. And Janvi says wearing red right now. Oh, superb. Red is also today's color. Red is Tuesday's color. Zofia says my root chakra is only 16%. It'll go up. How did everybody else feel saying red 4 times? Nishi says increased energy. Excellent. Nitika says safe. Yes, Namrata, because root chakra has 4 petals. So correct, Malvika, this year's color as well. Because red is the color of Mars, and this year belongs to Mars. And just by the way, quite a bit of what's happened in the last 10 days has a lot to do with Pluto retrograding in the year of Mars. Pluto is the planet of death, rebirth, transformations, endings, beginnings. But in the year of Mars, this will happen in anger, in fighting, in battling, in wars. And this could be happening in our homes as well, where we are more angry than usual, or we have a desire to want to scream, or we have a desire to want to hurt back those who've hurt us, where we are not willing to put up with the injustices of whatever might be being said or done around us. Hannah says, seeing roses. Fantastic. Roses are also a message of money. Poonam says, with red saw downward triangle. So you saw the symbol for Shakti. Dolores is feeling happy, and Rupali, it's Rupali's favorite color, so she's smiling inside out. Vanita is empowered. Mugdha is relaxed. Mo says root chakra is healing more, guaranteed. And Vasudha says, if we aren't feeling unsafe but things are uncertain, how do we take decisions? Like the airport was not operational, then operational, then not operational, then operational again. The uncertainty made me feel unsure. Right now I feel sure and safe, but what is pragmatic? So pragmatic, I'm assuming what you meant is practical. So what would be practical? Either you can have the trust and faith that I can wait to make a decision till the last minute, that I will keep this going. I will keep my ticket. I will last minute, whatever, right? Till you can get your money back, and there would be a deadline for that. Or I even show up at the airport. If I'm supposed to take this flight, I will take this flight. You have already made a choice. Don't worry. Somewhere or the other, it will be the right choice. Janvi says, constantly yawning, feeling joyful at the same time. Amazing. Oh, thank you for putting that there like that, Moo. Nick says, feeling more grounded and present. How amazing is that? And just as the repetition of a chakra's colors can do wonders for it, just like that, the repetition of a word can bring in the power of the word. So for example, if just 5 times we say safe, protected, shielded. Aditi, I will just come back to your question. Right now, 5 times with me. Safe, protected, shielded. 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 Like Moo says, felt inner soul power raised. Beautiful. Nick said, like a glow all around me. Amazing, right? Words create reality. Words can bring into existence whatever it is that you want. And I will just answer Aditi's question. What to do if I keep feeling unsafe about getting married, as if I will not be loved and supported enough? Don't get married till you feel safe and protected. Do not marry till the sense of safety exists. Never override the message of not feeling safe and protected. Either work through it or let it be, because not feeling safe and protected is the energy with which you might be starting something. How is it going to work out? How you begin is how you end. If you have studied 5% of your syllabus, you can always hope and pray that only the 5% you've studied has questions in your exam paper. But chances are that the 5% you've studied will automatically mean a certain kind of marks, right? Having studied only 5% of the syllabus, it would be, well, it would be highly optimistic of us to be expecting 90%. So how you begin is very important. How you begin your day. Has your day ever gone well when you have begun it badly? And has your day gone well when you have begun it well? So how you start something. If you're going to enter a choice in fear, chances are that it will end with greater fear. Hannah says, sense of peace washed over me as if the world outside simply didn't matter. Fantastic. Vandana says, big yawn. Good. Nick says, it's a good signal. We get intuition. Helps us make choice if unsafe feeling comes up. Yes, but intuition can get hidden. It can get masked when we don't feel safe and protected. We may not be able to hear the voice of intuition unless we have clear, flowing emotional rivers. And emotional rivers start getting jammed and dammed when we don't feel safe and protected. It's also why we end up putting on weight. We start hiding. We start isolating. We start playing small. We start suffering from panic disorders. We start losing confidence. We try to start controlling people and situations. We start distrusting life. We become avoiders, escapists. We make fear-based choices. We get a poverty and negative mindset. And we become shadows of who we could really be. We just become like a version of who we could really be. But that's stepping into our power, stepping into our greatness, stepping into our beauty, into our sexiness, into our juiciness. That requires a sense of safety and protection at home and in the world. Like, look at it. Rupali just said, can be more visible now. Excellent. And Vinita says, we can turbocharge our water with safe, protected and shielded. You can. You can. Let me do our group check. Let us see how we are now that we've brought in shielding. That's protection. Okay, let's take a look. I'm going to do the root chakra strength first. It's about 70%. I'm going to do safety and protection reading next. It's about 77%. So good. So good. Let me write this down. What did I say the root chakra strength was? Thank you. It's already up to 65%. Thank you, Poonam. Now, safety and protection, 72%. Yeah. And now, given that we are realizing and using the power of words, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do root chakra strength 100%. Root chakra strength 100%. Root chakra strength 100%. Root chakra strength 100%. Safety and protection 100%. Safety and protection 100%. Safety and protection 100%. Safety and protection, 100%. I did both 4 times for the for the number of the petals of the root chakra. Have water, everybody. And now think of the one person who triggers you. And all of us have one or more than one person who triggers us. We just can't stand them. We can't bear them. We don't want to talk to them. We don't want to engage with them. We don't want to interact with them. Like we really wish they would just let us be. Think of this one person who's a trigger in your life. India, is that your name? What a beautiful name. Deep sense of safety and relaxation. And the trigger is your father. When you think about your father now, what crosses your mind? Is he still as big a trigger, or anybody else, everybody else as well? Do you even have a sense of them triggering you right now? Superb. I feel distant right now, usually tensed up and frustrated. Excellent. Everybody, that is what I want you to check on right now. And having done the 100%, we're looking again at the root chakra strength, which has gone up to about 82%. How cool is that? And our safety and protection is also up to 92%. Woohoo! Can everybody else confirm to me that the test we are doing right now, which is to take a look at the person who triggers us, are they still triggering us like they were 1 hour back, 1 day back, 1 week back, 1 month back, years back? Diana says, my sister triggered me in the past, but last week I decided to accept her and leave her to have her own path in life. Very good decision. Nitika says, not anymore. Nishi says, feel untroubled. Dipali says, much lesser. Diana says, my trigger is, it's such a pity. Your trigger is, it's such a pity? It's such a pity is a trigger? Is that what you meant? Chanti Shri says, not anymore. Superb. One more time with me. Root chakra strength, 100%, 4 times. Safety and protection, 100%, 4 times. Let's go for it. Root chakra strength, 100%. Root chakra strength, 100%. Root chakra strength, 100%. Root chakra strength, 100%. Safety and protection, 100%. Safety and protection, 100%. Safety and protection, 100%. Safety and protection, 100%. Have water. And every time we're saying this, the readings are jumping up. Root chakra is already at about a 92. Safety and protection is already at about a 99. Fantastic numbers. Superb. Great job. And well done, everybody. Remember, us being here together, us doing this is as much for ourselves as it is for the energies and vibrations we are putting out into the ocean of the collective consciousness. something will change for all of us. And Diana says, I meant it's such a pity she's not feeling happy and appreciated. Yeah, sorry about that. That is a pity. And Rupali says, like, have no space for worrying about the past. Happy-go-lucky feels. Superb. Superb. And Vandana says, much lesser, like they've become an ant. Earlier they were an elephant. Superb. And also, Vandana, just either see you do it or see a god or deity that you trust, like Lord Hanumanji doing, like just fooing away these ants, like out of your space and out into outer space also. Like just have them leave. And before we end our call, I would like to give you the the advanced version of safe, protected, shielded. And that is, please say it 9 times with me. Why 9 times? It's the power number of the day. It's the power number of the year. Forever safe, protected, shielded, forever. 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 Have water, everybody. And check. How did that make you feel? And our readings have gone up. Root Chakra 292, but quickly proceeding towards 100%, and safety and protection is almost 100%. We did good, everybody. Please pat yourselves on the back. We did very good. Aditi, please say 5 times. Shut down this belief system. Moo, just say 0 5 times. Yes, Nashi, cheers. Cheers to how fabulously we have all walked together holding hands. Malvika is feeling sleepy, so it's a good thing that we have come to the end of our call right now. It would be amazing to see you all again. So stay tuned for news from the decrees. Stay tuned either on the decree groups or on the Mystic Lotus and Dragonflies groups, and we will meet again. Please listen to this call replay one more time. Make your notes. Use those notes. And for those of y'all who are working with other people, whether you're working with them medically, therapeutically, or coachingly, or healingly, in whatever way, if you are working with a lot of people, please do your safe, protected, shielded, and forever safe, protected, shielded forever, as well as your grounding with the root chakra work. It's as simple as saying red 4 times. Also keep in mind that one of the easiest ways to calm down a irritated, agitated, unsafe sympathetic nervous system is to think of a happy, safe memory, pleasurable memory. It could be a memory of enjoying an ice cream. It could be a memory of a birthday party. It could be a memory of spending time with a loved one. Whatever it is, it will immediately change your vibration. So here's to upgrading vibrations, enhancing frequencies, and speaking the language of light, the decrees. Big love, big hug. Namaste from India.